See what that was.
I'm coming to this meeting of protest. Hey, I have a legal question.
Well, maybe I
If I
have.
lose the bylaws in the charter, nobody can find it for the athletic. Where's the athletic association? And we're a 501, whatever. We have that. Can I call the government?
He's gonna be late, funeral.
That's a good question. I would imagine.
I did talk to him though.
If we said it, should have taken it out of our church.
I'm sure the IRS has.
We hadn't changed it.
The question is, what part of the IRS would you
Reclaim my best friend.
But I can put it in touch with somebody that's fine.
That's what I thought.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's a couple of minutes after 6, we're going to go ahead and begin our meeting. We had an event
I couldn't pick it up.
honoring our friend, our late attorney, Tom Harden. It was very well received, and I think a very nice honor, and I'm really proud that Mount Pleasant has taken that action. We'll go right into the agenda. First of all, Brother Jack is not here tonight. I've asked Robert if he would have our invocation, and following the invocation, will join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Dear gracious God, we come to you tonight, Lord, and we're so thankful for this day, and thank you for your many blessings that you've given each one of us. Thank you for our health, Father, bringing us here safely so we can meet city business that we're about to undertake. Father, we pray that you give us the wisdom to handle each thing on this agenda for the betterment of this community and the citizens of Mount Pleasant. We give you thanks and ask for your blessing on our travels home. We just praise you for all that you've done for us. We ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
At this time, we will have the roll call, please.
Ms. Greenberry? Mr. Davis? Absent. Mr. Bailey?
Here.
Ms. Blankenship? Here. And Mr. White?
Here.
Mr. Davis has sent me a text. I think he's also talked to the city manager. He had a funeral to attend at 5 o'clock. He may or may not be here, depending on where he went to the graveyard. Okay. First item is approval correction of the minutes from the prior meeting, May 16, 2017.
I make a motion we approve. I see no changes.
A motion been made that we approve the minutes as received. Is there a second?
I second.
Duly seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those like sign, those minutes are hereby approved. Item 5, awards, presentations, appointments. We did a presentation proclamation naming today Tom Harden Day, June 20th, 2017. That was one of the things as far as presentation. Tonight we have a swearing in of Police Officer Shane Sullivan. Chief, if you would like to come forward, Mr. Sullivan, and anybody else you want in his family, or whatever, however you do this, will be fine.
While they are looking for the swearing-in paper, could we go ahead and have a motion and a second and a vote on the proclamation, just so it's in the minutes of the meeting?
So moved.
I just want it in the minutes, not that it's necessary, it's not required. And it doesn't, we don't have to do that every
It's
time.
in my authority to make a proclamation.
No.
Make it a record of you doing it.
Just because it's a special event, so I want it in the minutes.
That'd be fine.
And so we have a motion and a second.
Who made the motion? Mr. White, second. Jackson.
I believe she's
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Apparently, we don't have the swearing-in paperwork.
He's getting it for me.
Getting it, okay. So we have Officer Sullivan here, but I don't have the paperwork to give sworn in. You can move on and add that in later if you prefer. No
Let
problem.
them know where it is.
They're getting it. Apologize.
Got to get to.
We'll tell the chief we want him to memorize that.
Yes,
He won't have
and then
to-
she's got to memorize
And
it.
I gotta memorize it.
There you go. There we go.
Hear that? You to memorize. We have to memorize that, that's our homework.
I apologize.
All right, send it back to you.
And Michael, just tell him that if he gives you a lot of new officers in the budget, you won't have any problem with that.
The commission want to welcome our newest officer, Shane Sullivan.
Shane comes to us from Hickman County, many years' experience, just what we need.
I, Shane Sullivan,
I, Shane Sullivan,
do hereby swear
do hereby swear
that I have all the qualifications
that I have all the qualifications
named in the charter of the city of Mount Pleasant
named in the charter of the city of Mount Pleasant
for the office of a member
for the office of a member
of the police department of the city of Mount Pleasant,
of the police department of the city of Mount Pleasant,
which I am about to assume,
which I am about to assume,
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States and of the state of Tennessee,
of the United States and the state of Tennessee,
that I will comply with
that I will comply with
and observe the provisions
and observe the provisions
of the charter
of the charter
of the city of Mount Pleasant
of the city of Mount Pleasant
and the ordinances
and the ordinances
of the city of Mount Pleasant,
of the city of Mount Pleasant,
and I will faithfully perform
and I will faithfully perform
the duties of my office
the duties of my office
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability,
So help me God.
so help me God.
Can we get the family to come up for a real quick picture? And that's
You got room for all of them?
You just kind of look towards me.
Oh, yeah.
All right, you're missing somebody, aren't you?
A couple.
Okay, so not. I know you've got 4 total. 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Congratulations, Officer Sullivan. Thank you for offering your service to Mount Pleasant, Tennessee. Item 6, completion review of any unfinished business from prior meeting. Item A, ordinance 2017-1004, public hearing and final reading. An ordinance to amend ordinance 2016-985, said ordinance appropriating the revenues and expenses of operating and maintaining departmental functions of the city of Mount Pleasant, Tennessee for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2016, ending June 30th, 2017, providing an effective date.
Mayor and Commissioners, this is the final budget amendment for the current fiscal year that we're in, and I'll have Loretta briefly go over. I think we talked about it at study session, and then she can go over a few of the points. If you have any questions, we'll be glad to answer them.
Mostly this was just the year-end cleanup. We just have to make sure everything ends up in the black. So, not really a whole lot of extra to say about that. I think we went over everything in the study session. I don't really think there was any other changes noted.
Nothing since Thursday.
Nothing since Thursday.
We did go ahead and budget the departments the way you asked to be budgeted.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Do we have any questions on that? Is anyone here in the public speak for or against this particular ordinance?
Public hearing.
Let the record show that no one was present to appear for or against, please. And Chair would entertain a motion, please.
Make a motion that we accept it as presented to the ordinance.
Motion has been made to accept this ordinance. Is there a second to the motion?
Second.
Second. Further comments? All in favor signify by saying aye. Those like sign, ordinance 2017-1004 has here been passed on final reading. Item B, ordinance 2017-1005, public hearing / final reading. An ordinance of the city of Mount Pleasant, Tennessee, adopting the annual budget and tax rate for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2017, and ending June 30, 2018.
Mayor and Commissioners, this is a final reading and a public hearing setting the budget for the next fiscal year, 2017 to 18. There's no tax increase from the current year, and if you have any questions, we'd be glad to. answer them.
We didn't have any changes since last Thursday.
Except that we made sure that those budgets are set aside as you wanted them to be.
Okay, those two funds are separate.
Mhm.
Make a motion that we accept it.
Is anyone here from the public to speak for or against this particular ordinance? I can show no one's here to speak for or against.
Motion to accept as presented the budget and tax rate.
Motion been duly made to accept this ordinance 2017-1005. Is there a second? Second, duly seconded. Is there further discussion? Okay. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Ordinance 2017-1005 has passed. Item 7, monthly financial budget report.
I'll just be careful not to get this.
Well, we might.
It's very heavy.
Don't move
No,
that.
don't
Move the
move it.
microphone.
Don't move
Move
it.
the microphone.
We'll move the microphone around.
Yeah.
There we go.
I think I cut that
Does that work better? Can everybody hear me?
I think it's on.
I turned it on unless somebody turned it back off.
Okay.
It's not on.
I cut it off when everybody was gathered.
Oh.
Everybody was around it,
See,
you could
where to
hear it
turn it on?
coming everywhere.
There you go.
Okay, now, that's better. Not a whole lot. May is kind of our month in between, before we're finalizing everything to the end of the year. Next month, you'll get a projected, since it will not be audited until a later date, so what you'll end up will be a preliminary report for the year end. At this point, we are pretty much on track with our, being that our total revenues are 94% of the total budgeted amount. So, for the 11th month out of the year, that's about where you would want to expect to end up. Property taxes were down just a little bit compared to last year. Therefore, that's our delinquent taxes next year will be, we projected them to be at around $161,000. I don't really have an explanation of why there's more delinquent taxes this year, other than people just didn't pay on time. Maybe the timing, sometimes that factors into it as to when the timing is. But anyway, it was down just slightly. We've cut off the spending for anything that's non-essential. You can ask, if I haven't let them buy anything unless they beg.
So we've heard.
Huh?
So we've heard.
So you've heard. But, it doesn't mean that we don't carry on our business, but we have just cut off any non-essential spending, and that gives us the time to get everything paid before year end and kind of wind down before the year end, which is June 30th. Our cash balances remain steady. Again, the water balance is low due to all of the repair work that had to be done in the past.
What figure do you like to see that at? Are you comfortable with?
Million.
You wouldn't consider it low?
Million.
$1 million?
Mhm.
Are you considerably low?
Yeah, it's not to the point where we have to start hitting a panic button, but definitely where we want to be conservative and watch anything extra that's because we have had so much water leakage.
Is there a state minimum amount that has to be carried in these funds?
No. The state recommends 3 months, but actually in county government, you remember a few years ago that you had to pass, their commissions had to pass a resolution that pretty much set a minimum. To this point, that has not been carried down to the cities. I foresee that being in the future for the cities, that we will have to look at having a minimum fund balance.
3 months expenditures is usually about standard.
Well, I think the work that Donnie and his group are doing, we're going to start reaping the benefits of
Yeah.
that pretty quickly. I mean, I may mention that one of the things that I kind of had that feeling about is how much did we retreat and how much did we sell? And so it's up to 52% this month. I remember when I first came on, it was at 30. So in a very short period of time, they're making up some ground. So if we start selling what we're treating, there's going to be more money.
Yeah, it's gonna rebound, but it's
Yeah.
just gonna take some time.
I appreciate the work they're doing.
It's the constant.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, apparently, if you read any of the material again, it's the same everywhere in every small community. Not that that makes it okay, but
Right.
we're right
It's
there.
not
fighting
uncommon.
we're fighting the same battle.
What's my report?
Items, for questions? Okay, the chair will entertain a motion to accept this report, please.
So moved.
Moved, is there a second?
Second.
Second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those like sign, that report is given to the financial budget report. Number 8, monthly report from city manager.
Mayor and Commissioners, in your package, you have the report from all the department heads, and I take those reports and create the state of the city that's available will be available July 1st in hard copy and on our website online. So you can have all the monthly reports from the department heads.
I have discussed with our city manager the possibility of getting this report in people's hands. It's an excellent report. It's well done, it's free, and the more of our citizens need to take advantage of it, and we're going to have to come up with a way, either a campaign to get email addresses, or a once-a-year mailing or something that would go out and let people see what it is, and they will want to get it. So we want to see this
I'd
thing.
love to, yeah. I mean, we do it so people will read it.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
It's outstanding, I'll have to say that for
I've been delivering them.
You've been delivering them?
Well, it'd be a good idea. if
And they do, they
People
do.
see it, they will want it.
Well, that's one of the
Yeah, if
reasons
they
I
ever
passed
see
it
it,
out.
they
I knew
won't.
we'd have a lot of people here.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
Okay. Yes.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
all right. Number 9, special reports from city departments or committees if applicable. Do you have anything?
We do not have any special reports, but I do want to let you know that just yesterday, we were told that the environmental studies are complete for the application for rural development. You remember, since we added the trunk line in Rainy Street, they had to go back and redo the environmental impact. That was completed yesterday. Donnie and I were made aware of it. So now, everything's turned in, and I'm going to give them a little bit more time and start bothering them about when we're going to get word on funding, just so you know that.
Good. Okay, any questions? Number 10, new business. Item A, 2017-1006, first reading, an ordinance by the City of Mount Pleasant, Tennessee, designating the Mount Pleasant Planning Commission as a design review committee.
Mayor and Commissioners, we definitely heard from you at the study session that to get this off to a quick start, that we would start with the Planning Commission members as being the Design Review Committee members. This is going to be a work in progress, and we hope to have more information to you by the second reading, but we wanted to get moving on this quickly.
Further discussion, questions? First reading, the chair will entertain a motion, please.
Make a motion that we present this for first reading.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Duly seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye. Those like sign, ordinance 2017-1006 has passed on first reading. Item B, resolution 2017-18, a resolution by the City of Mount Pleasant, Tennessee, authorizing appropriation of municipal funds for payment of the museum gas bill for funding year 2017-2018.
Mayor and Commissioners, the museum chose to not ask for a donation this year, and instead they would prefer that we continue to pay the gas bill that apparently has been done for years and years. But we thought we needed to have a resolution adopting that the commission is okay with that. It'll be done from fiscal year to fiscal year. So this is for fiscal year 2017-2018.
Questions? Motion?
So moved.
So moved, second?
Second.
You can second it. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those like sign, resolution 2017-18 has passed. Item C, 2017-19, a resolution by the City of Mount Pleasant, Tennessee, authorizing a payment in lieu of taxes to the Mount Pleasant Gas Department, funding year 2016-2017.
Mayor and Commissioners, since Loretta has been here, she has picked up collecting the in lieu of tax from the gas department to the general fund. And so we have been doing that, but we were not aware that a resolution is required. So we are now in the last month of this fiscal year passing a resolution for this fiscal year. It will be another next month for next fiscal year.
17, 18.
Yes. And the same holds true for the next resolution on the agenda.
Any further questions? Okay, Chair will entertain a motion, please.
Motion to accept.
Motion to discuss. Second?
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those like sign, resolution 2017-19 has passed. Item D, similar resolution 2017-, resolution by the City of Mount Pleasant, Tennessee, authorizing a payment in lieu of taxes for the Mount Pleasant Power System with the funding year 2016-2017.
Mayor and Commissioners, this has been done, as far as we can tell, for quite a long time, just haven't had a resolution on the books. So this, again, is for this current fiscal year that we're in right now.
We actually started to operate legally.
Yes.
Isn't that nice?
It's amazing what you can do.
Chair
It goes so smoothly.
Chair will entertain a motion, please.
Motion to accept.
Motion to accept, second.
Motion passed.
Duly seconded, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign, resolution 2017-20 has been approved. Need a motion, please, to suspend the rules to consider resolution 2017-21, which is on your desk.
Make a motion to suspend the rules to consideration for this resolution.
Motion 2017-21, the resolution's been made to suspend the rules. Is there a second?
Second.
Duly seconded. Put down both of them, you choose, whichever.
Yeah,
Second.
whoever. Doesn't matter.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, we'll go with the rules have been suspended. We can add this as resolution 2017-2, a resolution by the City of Mount Pleasant, Tennessee, authorizing the city manager to acquire the LPT LLC property. Okay, you want to explain this, Kate?
Yes. Mayor and Commissioners, as you know, I attended the County Commission meeting last night, and as we were moving forward on the Bluegrass site to move the courtroom to, in the last month and a half, the 4 properties that were owned by the Murray and Williamson County now, Habitat for Humanity, were purchased by LPT LLC. The lot that was adjacent to ours that's needed for the courtroom, LPT LLC has no interest in whatsoever. They were forced to buy it as a package deal. They had to buy all 4 properties. And so I'm working with that LLC to get that back in the name of the city through probably a quick claim deed. And then I can go back to the county commission at their July 5th meeting and say that we've got the 2 properties in the city's name. And I apologize for this being added at the last minute. It's just literally last night at 8 o'clock I knew I needed to take the next step.
Mayor, if you don't mind, I'll make a few comments
Okay.
on this. Kate has asked me to get kind of involved with this a little bit, and which I met with Kate and Elmer, and then fortunately some of the partners were in town today, and I actually sat down and had lunch with them. They are all for this because it would be a win-win for both sides of for everybody, because I think we all realize the need to relocate our courthouse, number one. Number two, the more I thought about this, it just really kind of burns me in a couple of ways. We gave this property away and then put some deed restrictions, and then they go sell it, and then we need it back. I wish they could have at least picked up the phone and go, hey, we're going to sell this property. Do you have any need for it? But it's not handled in Murray County anymore. That's now out of Williamson County, and it's a little different. We're going to have to, I'm going to go ahead and make everybody aware, we're going to have to do some, in lieu of type stuff down the road, maybe on some taps, for them to give this back to us. But that's going to be a much better option, I think, for our city than paying out cash right now. that we just don't have. And it also will help our community in that we'll relocate the courthouse to get the congestion off of downtown. So, that's where it is. They're great people. They have been most professional to work with. They've been great.
I agree.
Question?
No,
I made a suggestion to the city manager today that to prevent something like this happening in the future, anything that Mount Pleasant disposes of free data for certain uses, we put the language in the deed that it revert back to city Mount Pleasant is not used for its intended purpose or
Thank you.
ceases to be used.
Thank you.
That would stop a lot of things from happening and stop this.
That's right.
So,
And it wasn't this group that did this.
which
This
is
was-
how we got our property back.
that just needs, reverter clauses need to be a part of property changes or other services. We're gonna let someone use something, and they're gonna take it and take care of it, and when they get through it, they're not gonna be able to sell it. It's going back to the city.
This is perfect.
I have challenges legally on it, but they generally work.
Yeah.
We go back in school that were given 10 years ago, and communities clubs quit using them, of course, I'm like, well, we improved it, but it still belongs to the county, the city, or
City,
whatever.
whomever.
Any further questions about this particular thing? Okay, the chair would entertain a motion then, please. So moved, second. Julie seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Of like sign, resolution 2017-21 has passed.
On this neighbor, what happened to this FYI, and I don't know if it's time for it now, comment with this about property, because it came up with Steve, and just to let y'all know, with property, Steve and Sonia the other day, the walk areas, the walk path around the school and that, does not belong to the city, it belongs to the county. So there was a call about, and I received it too, about the grass cutting. So I think we've got it straightened out that the county's cutting the grass, and Steve has most graciously informed how to cut it so that we don't get the phone calls to the commissioners and to City Hall about that we're not cutting it properly and somebody might fall on it, that it's not our property. So, if you know, it's the county's property, but we're working with them so that they'll know that. That's one of those instances of whose property it was. Anyway, thank you for indulging.
Oh, absolutely. Let the record show that Commissioner Davis has entered the room, please. Okay, this time we'll move on to item number 11, general comments from citizens. Did anyone sign the sign-up sheet to speak?
Yes, sir.
No. All right, we've had a good meeting and a good evening, and,
I have a comment, please, before we begin.
oh, certainly.
I would like to thank the ones that came out to support the kickoff to Save Gardenia Park. We had a very nice turnout, although our turnout was 90% out of state. We still had a nice turnout. We brought in quite a few funds. We have a long way to go. The ones that did come by and donate and buy sandwiches, we really appreciate you. Thank you.
Any other comments? Excuse me, okay.
Jackie, the next time you do that, please let us know if you get some
We've
more
been
information.
talking about this since January.
Okay, but let us help you get some more.
She's got a few more planned, and you get them
Uh,
to me,
next
I'll send them
month-
to everybody.
Next month, we're actually got some planned for July. We're doing a backpack for kids. In August, we're doing a health fair and field day.
As soon as I have those dates for sure, I'll send everybody the same email.
Okay, so the chair will entertain a motion to adjourn, please.
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
I figured I'd let Mike do that.
Meeting is officially adjourned. I got it.
We make you some cake.
Oh, okay. Thanks, good.
Hey, Tanya. Huge. I didn't
Hey, Gene.
Okay.
Second on that. Okay.
I've already had some
Right.